Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're having a good day. So this is going to be an interesting video today. Today we're talking about ZBD, the ZBD group, ZBD wallets. We're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin MYK, and we're going to talk about future economies, right? Future economies, what the world may look like in the next 5-10 years. So we're looking at what I believe to be is going to be a situation where your social media and your payment systems are greatly integrated. Where whether you're in the gaming world or you're basically on social media, money is going to come through these networks, right? So you're going to have basically a system where you're going to be being paid to play games, you're going to be paid to use social media, and that already happens now. You have a situation where many of the mainstream social networks monetize your activity, monetize your content, monetize your participation, monetize your gameplay. And in many cases, they do this either through tokenizations or tip systems and so on and so forth, right? So we believe this is going to be very commonplace in the future. So with ZBD wallets, it is seemingly more the ZBD team. They seem to link more to gaming, and then other things like surveys, social media, and so on. Very interesting how they're doing this. I think this is going to be a very commonplace thing, right? And so as you see, they're in the room chatting all day, and they're getting tips of Bitcoin Satoshis, right? That's the lowest unit of currency or denomination of a Bitcoin. And it's just an easy way to get people introduced to Bitcoin, to receive some Bitcoin, right? Now, interesting enough, what I think is going to happen as well is the statistics are something like you're on a social media platform about 5 minutes per day on average, right? So if you visit several, maybe you're spending 5 minutes per each one. Let's say you visit 2 or 3, you're putting over 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day. In a run of a week, you've invested several hours into social media, gaming platforms, etc., right? And some cases with some people, depending on how they're networking, what their work's all about, how they're promoting and advertising their brands, that can scale up a great degree higher. You could be looking at 20 hours a week, 40 hours a week, and so on, right? So it just all depends on where you're at with this social media thing, right? And these type platforms. The other thing is, as we move into a vast world of remote work, automation, robots, revolutions, what we're also starting to get a lot of is what's going to happen to these jobs of the future. Something like 90 million people are going to be out of work. What's going to happen with these people in the next few years? Are they going to be retrained? Can they be retrained? Will it be a situation where it's going to mostly be tech jobs available? And if so, are they going to be able to do these tech jobs? We don't fully have these answers, but we do know it's better to be prepared than not be prepared. And so what that's going to spawn is a lot of task work, right? A lot of profit sharing, social networks, activities online. And there's just going to be various ways to receive micropayments that I believe, or gig work, that's going to add up to larger sums of payments, part-time incomes for some, full-time incomes, and so on and so forth. So very interesting things to think about. By the time we get to platforms like Bitcoin MYK, It's kind of incorporating a lot of aspects of these things. The only difference with Bitcoin MYK is whereas some features or some of these type platforms, they're tipping, it's kind of at the discretion of the end user to distribute certain funds for activities as they see fit. Bitcoin MYK is fully automated in that the activities you do, you're paid basically tokens for everything you do. If you like a post, if you basically engage with others, if you play games, if you post videos, if you watch videos, if you add friends and so on, every activity that you do on Bitcoin MYK is basically automated, monetized, to the point where your participation is the driving force. So the more you participate, the more of these tokens you can earn. You can then trade them for basically tokens like Bitcoin, Litecoin, right, and so on, right? And so very interesting dynamics. We think this is what the future is going to entail, that your time on social media in the gaming world is all going to be tokenized and monetized to the point many of these entities and platforms have become profit sharing, and that everything that's done content wise and so on, participation wise, goes back to the end user. Where Bitcoin MYK gets it right, as you can see, as you're being rewarded on everything that's being done here, is that it basically monetizes every activity you do in the online world, in the social media world. Your wallet is integrated here, as you can see, with your social media activities, right? So now you have payment gateways to all your various friends and users as such. You can send to any recipient on the network, right? Now, to get started is very easy. It's totally free, 100% free. We don't collect data on you. You don't have to use your real information, real names, or real emails. You can use dummy emails. It's only to secure your password, right? To send your password out to you and so on and so forth. But if you come to the left-hand side, right, and you hit the My Account tab, right, you go to your account. That's going to give you basically access to register your account. I'm logged in already, but you will see a registration form, and in which case you would be able to basically log into your account. So if some people are kind of confused about, hey, how do I set up an account? How do I get started? This is how you do it. You just go over to My Account, right? That's going to be where your account is. And if you scroll down, you can see here, this is where you would register, right? You start earning tokens today and cash them in for Bitcoin, Satoshis, and so on. This project is on several exchanges, and it works good, I think, to integrate with many of these other social networks that pay you, gamings that pay you crypto for gaming, social media sites that pay you crypto for participation, tipping functions and features where you can get, and so on. You can use all of this to do the same thing. It's all kind of integrated into one hub, and I think that's pretty awesome stuff. But that's all I want to say in this particular video. ZBD wallets as well. We went to their Discord. That's where we were at. It's called ZBD wallets. It's many games, on there that you can use. You can join their Discord, and on their Discord, you're able to receive Satoshis and Bitcoin as well. The longer you're in the room, the longer you participate, the community members will be tipping you off. And as well, we will be in the room, and we will start to tip a lot of Satoshis over there. Of course, if you come over to Bitcoin MYK, we're going to make so you get even more bonuses and more of the cryptocurrencies, more Satoshis, if you're a member of BTCMYK. But even if you're not, and if you're on ZBD, if you're in their Discord room, you're on ZBD wallets, we're going to be tipping you for being in the room and so on. So that's all I want to say in this particular video. Guys, if you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll try to leave a link in the description. Until then, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.